It was business as usual, following practice ahead of the Chinese Grand Prix, with the top 3 teams fighting out the top 6 positions, and once again it was Rosberg fighting the 2 Ferraris for overall supremacy. Williams brought some small downforce upgrades to this race, but only for Sebastian Buemi, in hopes that this would aid tyre wear and help Buemi to achieve Williams' first podium of the season. Wasn't long until the heat started taking its toll on the cars, and its first victim was that of Fernando Alonso, whose McLaren Honda had had enough after only 15 minutes in the sun during FP1. Daniel Ricciardo was hoping he could put all of his bad luck behind him, finally score his first points of the season, and chase down the 8-point deficit to his teammate Jean-Eric Vergne in the championship. Taking a look at the qualifying grid, and there'll be a Ferrari front row lockout for the first time since Monaco 2008, with Vettel on pole and Hamilton second. Buemi in his upgraded Williams starts from third, and Bottas is the lead Mercedes in fourth. Jenson Button in his unupgraded Williams starts from fifth, with Daniel Ricciardo just within the second of the pole time in sixth, with his teammate Jean-Eric Vergne in the other Red Bull starting seventh, with Sergio Perez, the lead Force India, in eighth. Once again, Romain Grosjean unqualified his teammate Josh Chiro to line up 9th. Nico Hülkenberg elevated to 10th position. This time it's Max Verstappen starting 11th, prior to his teammate Daniel Kvyat, and Josh Chiro lines up 12th. Kvyat starts 13th in the other Toro Rosso, with Felipe Massa once again outperforming his McLaren Honda to start 14th. Rosberg, after his 10th place grid penalty, lines up 15th. And Adrian Sutil, the lead Sauber, in 16th. His teammate Marcus Ericsson starts from 17th, with Alex Rossi beating Alonso to 18th position, forcing Alonso down to 19th, and Will Stevens completes the grid with outside of the 107% rule. Taking a quick look at the race strategy, as usual it's going to be a one-stop, stopping on lap 6 or 7 for a set of the medium tyres.
You can run 3 wide into turn 1, but not turn 2. Keep that into mind.
Last time away we go, we get an average start as usual. Trying to look for the inside of turn 1, upside Verstappen. Verstappen was at wide, but it's going to into it. We've been half spun. Can we hold it on the grass? Take out the flying Emirates sign, but we just about hold it. We actually get a warning there for a collision with Verstappen. And now we're going side by side with Adrian Sutil in the Sauber. Now to hold it around the outside, but now Suttil's going to have the inside line. We just about hold it around the outside, get the traction, do we? A bit more contact between us, we just about get the traction, and now we move up into 15th position ahead of Adrian Sutil. Going to the braking zone, we've got Massa trying to look up the inside of Nico Rosberg. That's been very opportunistic off the start of this race. It doesn't last very long, as the superior power of the Mercedes engine is able to blast Rosberg back past the McLaren Honda of Massa. Now try and keep close through this section. We're actually doing that. Once again showing the lack of downforce on the McLaren Honda. I was actually able to keep it. The dirty air really not affecting us this time out like it was back in Malaysia in the previous race. I come on to have a breaking dive up the inside of Felipe Massa catching a napping there. And Rosberg makes mistakes as well, runs a bit wide in the corner. Now we're going side by side with Nico Rosberg, and it forces us out wide on the curb, and now Massa trying to back up the inside of us. Massa being very opportunistic. So this race, so once again, doesn't work out for him. He's able to drive right around the outside, keep 2 wheels on the track, thankfully, to make that a completely illegal overtake. And now Sutil managed to get past the McLaren down the straight. Now coming to heavy braking zone, gaining in on the back of Nico Rosberg, and now Marcus Ericsson actually moves up into 15th position, so he got past his teammate and the McLaren in the process, as Hamilton sets fast up for the Grand Prix. And now coming down the straight, got Buemi, his upgraded Williams going side by side with Valtteri Bottas for 3rd position. Now Buemi will have the inside line, but can Bottas hold it down the outside and how can turn to the inside? But now is Buemi going to have the better traction on the outside line? It looks like he is, and now Buemi looks like he can drive around the outside of Valtteri Bottas. That extra downforce there helping Buemi clearly to overtake the Mercedes. Now come back onto us, now coming up into turn 3. We dive up the inside of Nico Rosberg, catch him napping there. But now this puts a lot of pressure on us, as we need to get past either or both of the Toro Rossos very quickly. Otherwise I imagine Toto Wolff's going to be on the radio telling us to let Rosberg back through very soon otherwise. It's either much more downforce on the Mercedes, able to keep the line much tighter through the S section. Once again, trying to close on the braking here, we need a good exit through the long right-hander here if we stand any chance of keeping it with the two Toro Rossos in front. Going to braking here, we actually make a bit of contact with the back of Daniel Kvyat. Hopefully I've lost a bit of a front wing, and I shouldn't really say this, but hopefully whatever flew off the car there was a bit of Kvyat's car and not a bit of ours. Once again, with the understeer running out wide through this long right-hander now, here comes Rosberg. Actually not gaining as much as I thought, he's still gaining on us, but he's not going past as quickly as I thought. The low drag on this Williams, on the Lotus, helping us to try to dive it back down the outside. And that wasn't even a dive, that's just on my normal braking area, and Rosberg clearly not being very attentive on the brakes. And we've got to retake him around the outside for P13. That's Sebastian Vettel now, so that's the fastest lap. For 1:30 something I think that was. And we're about 2 seconds slower than our fastest lap so far. Instead on the mini-map, the two dots of the two Ferraris are already pulling away massively from the rest of the pack, the two Williams and Bottas. Now closing back, right onto the back of Daniel Kvyat once again. Just looking for a way around him, looking to the left, looking to the right. Nothing can come of it just yet. But on the exit, Kvyat pulls away slightly. Now coming under braking, we're going to try to think about move. Yes, we are. Make a very late call to move to the inside of Daniel Kvyat. Actually put a wheel on the gravel there, which just completely kills our momentum. Now Daniel Kvyat is able to drive it back around the outside of us to take P10 once again. But crucially, we put a bit of a gap between Kvyat and the cars in front, which means swimming in as much of slipstream as DRS coming down the straight, although the car in front of this train, which I think is my teammate Grosjean, is going rather slowly, so it looks like Kvyat has already caught back up to the back of his teammate Max Verstappen. And once again coming under braking. Coming up to the long right-hander, once again we need finding a good exit this time. Try and keep it with the Toro Rosso in front. But thankfully I think we've got DRS this time, so even if we do run out wide once we do once again, we should have DRS to close back up onto the back of the Toro Rosso in front. And indeed we do have DRS now coming up to 207, 210, 215, 16, 17, 18, 220 miles an hour. And now it actually takes the entire of the long straight and the braking zone to catch back up to Daniel Kvyat. Now further up front, you've got one of the 14s going side by side with Romain Grosjean as Rosberg. Rosberg's coming into the pits very early, so Rosberg, despite starting on a set with new soft tyres, still does feel like he's doing a two-stop along with Grosjean, I think that is, and one of the 14s as well. So is Rosberg going to the set of the soft tyres? Yes, so Rosberg, despite starting on a set of fresh tyres, once again he's doing two-stop, and now manages to show the nose up the inside of Daniel Kvyat. Make a bit of contact there with Kvyat. Come around the exit. Kvyat forces once again, makes a bit more contact, and make a bit more contact with the Toro Rosso of Daniel Kvyat. Eventually, we managed to move around the outside of him. Hopefully, we cleared him now. We close him off in case he thinks like trying to hold it back around the outside. Now we move up into what is currently 5th position, as a few of the top teams are coming for their pit stops as well. And now we need to try and chase down Kvyat's teammate Max Verstappen. We haven't actually done that, and now coming onto the straight on lap 5, Kvyat's now trying to re-overtake us with the Renault engine in the back of that Toro Rosso. Again, and we actually hold it around the outside, are we? We leave Kvyat the room on the inside. And I don't really know where to go with this, because the lack of downforce should mean we go faster in a straight line, but with DRS is so powerful that even something with a Renault engine can keep up with us.
What's this lap? What's this lap?
Our engineer just confirming that we'll be pitting end of this lap, so let's give Kvyat a 1 lap undercut on us. But we'll have the fresher tyres to come back at him if indeed he has made overtake on us. When I come into the hairpin with running wide with a lack of grip on the front tyres, that wasn't even a lock-up from us, that was just my normal braking area. The point where I brake and the front tyres just couldn't take it. And coming into the pits, trying not to do with Lewis Hamilton. We was doing anti-Lewis Hamilton, hit the wall coming onto the pits and running out wide into the gravel. Now coming for a 1 stop into a set of the medium tyres to go to the end of the race. Got the Sauber of Mark Edgen right behind us. Going to pit there, Mark Edgen gets really close to the back of our car there. Thankfully he didn't actually make contact with us. That wasn't far off making some contact though. Now what else are going to rejoin? I think that's Grosjean just going past there. Yep, Grosjean's just gone past with the back of his car outside the Venezuela. Don't know how I recognise it just from that, but I mean that's the only red rear wing on the grid I think. Now Grosjean's come out right behind one of the Toro Rossos, which I'm pretty sure is Verstappen. I think Kvyat would have cleared us both from the undercut. Now can Grosjean try and make a nuisance of himself? Get all up the inside, all around the back of the Toro Rosso, slow the Toro Rosso down because Grosjean's doing the two-stop, and try and close us onto the back of Max Verstappen. Now coming on the back straight, you got Grosjean now looking up the inside of Max Verstappen, we run a bit wide again. Just looking for line. There's yellow flags up in front, so Grosjean's got to receive the position back to Max Verstappen. It's like someone spun the edges of the pit lane. That car looks rather silver. And here's it, Rosberg. Rosberg spun. How's Rosberg spun in the pit lane? I'll take a look at replay of that. I have no idea how that's happened. I look at the replay. He actually gets spun one of the Manners. Well, the Manner wanted to come into the pits. Rosberg's on the outside, went to go for the corner. So arguably the third fastest car on the grid just gets taken out by the slowest car on the grid. And she's pit lane. Now Rosberg has to still wait for many of the slower cars to go past us, the McLarens, the Saubers. That's pretty much any chance of Rosberg scoring points now gone out the window. Now coming onto lap 10 onto the back straight. Took us this long to actually get into with DRS range of Max Verstappen. Now we've got Valtteri Bottas. The Mercedes behind us. Once again we need to make a move on the Toro Rosso and put a car between us and the Mercedes. So now we pull to the inside of Max Verstappen. They can move easily like up the inside. Now that's us up into 5th position. Now what I had to do is try and pull away so Max Verstappen down the straights can't use DRS to his advantage to once again re-overtake us. So put him to Rich Mix and try and pull away from Max Verstappen. Actually set our fastest lap of the Grand Prix, which I really wasn't expecting, but it's still nowhere near the fastest lap overall, which will be set by one of the two stoppers once again because they're on the soft tyres again. Now coming on to the end of lap 11, start of lap 12, we haven't actually managed to pull away from Max Verstappen, and now he's going to gain in the DRS, look to the inside line. Now Verstappen makes an easy overtake on the inside of us coming into turn 1. Now we try and switch back to the inside line. Try and show down to the inside, but Verstappen does well there to block us off. We have to brake slightly, lose momentum. Take a compromise line into turn 2. See there, there's Verne up in front, not that much further ahead. And now Verstappen's actually pulled a gap to us there with the momentum that we lost and the compromise line we had to take through turn 2. Now we try and keep close to him through the S section, try and make a move down the back straights once again, and I come on to the end of lap 12, we close back up slightly onto the back of Max Verstappen, but now we're going to have DRS, and with the Mercedes engine, this should be a pretty OP combination. As they're gaining massively, switching up to 200 miles now coming to turn 1, they make a move easily up the inside. Almost happened, but Verstappen does well to try and brave it around the outside. Now we've got the inside line, can we force Verstappen out even before turn 2? Yes we can, and now Valtteri Bottas going side by side with the Toro Rosso driver. Now Bottas trying to look to hold it around the outside of Max Verstappen, like I learned from what Buemi did to him earlier in the race. And Bottas is able to make the move around the outside. But now we've got to think about where we let Bottas through, because that's clearly what we need to do now. But Verstappen's going slowly. Verstappen got a problem. And here comes the Ferrari with Hamilton, and Hamilton just slams into the back of the Toro Rosso. Has he lost his front wing? Yes, Hamilton's lost his front wing. Now BMW just gets through completely unscathed, but now Hamilton has to do the rest of the lap without a front wing. And now I think Verstappen has a puncture actually. If Verstappen's puncture, now one of the McLarens goes airborne. Now Verstappen's been spotted. He takes out one of the Saubers. What is Verstappen doing on the racing line when he's got a puncture? As everyone else just about gets around. Thankfully the Sauber can carry on. But now coming on to lap 14, if we let Bottas through, and now we've got to worry about Jenson Button and that monstrous BMW Williams behind us. We now fast that is in a straight line regardless of that DRS. We saw that back at Australia, but now get yellow flags up in front.
He's stopping on the left. Be aware of him.
I think yellow flags will be our saving grace here, but no, Button, under yellow flags, has just overtaken us and he's still using DRS. I mean, Button, I know he's going for his second world championship, but that's not how you do it. So into break, we're going to dive it back at the inside, retake rightfully our 6th position, and what? How has Sebastian Buemi won the race? Those upgrades clearly helping here with tyre wear, and now Button's going to try and dive back up the inside, but we just squeeze him onto the curb, lose loads of momentum, and we're going to finish in 6th position.
Great result, mate. Just what we wanted.
Taking a look at the race results, and somehow Sebastian Buemi managed to take the win for BMW Williams, just over a second ahead of Daniel Ricciardo in 2nd, and another Red Bull of John O'Verne in 3rd. Sebastian Vettel drops down to 4th after must have made a very late pit stop because no yellow flags on the final lap that I saw for Vettel. With Bottas only managing 5th after doing the 2-stop once again, we finish up in 6th. With Button demoted back down to 7th, Massa doing wonders in McLaren to finish in 8th, with Sutil the lead Sauber in 9th, and Fernando Alonso having something to celebrate after this weekend, coming home in 10th position. Sergio Perez takes another 2 points for Force India, and Ericsson rounds off the point scorers in 12th position, albeit a very lonely 12th position, 10 seconds behind Perez. Grosjean just misses out on points again, and Rosberg, who goes back up to 14th, Hülkenberg in 15th, the Manners of Stevens and Rossi 16th and 17th, the Hamilton down in 18th after losing the front wing, and the two Toro Rossos of Kvyat and Verstappen completing the 20 finishes. How did this affect the Drivers' Championship? But Sebastian Vettel now takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship on 34 points, 2 points clear of Sebastian Buemi in second, and Hamilton drops down to third. Bottas now moves ahead of the defending world champion, Nico Rosberg, to take 4th by 1 point. And Verne now moves up to 6th position. I think we're back up to 7th. 1 point ahead of Button is in 8th. Ricciardo jumps all the way up to 9th. Alonso remains in 10th position on 13 points. Kvyat now drops all the way down to 11th after not scoring 2 races on 12 points. And Adrian Sutil rounds off the top 12 on 8 points. Moving on to the constructors' standings, and Ferrari now have a 9-point lead on 64 points, back to Mercedes on 55. And Mercedes are now only 5 points clear of Williams, who were 23 points behind coming into this race. Red Bull now move up to 4th on 35 points, and now they've finally cleared Toro Rosso, the other only running team on the grid. Lotus are in 6th on 19 points as well, but thanks to Kvyat having a better result, Toro Rosso remain in 5th. McLaren in 7th on 19 points as well, Sauber in 8th on 13 points, with Force India and Manor completing the constructors. So if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.